constant of proportionality. So say we have tea. 16 ounces of tea costs $4.80. We're trying to figure out how much 20 ounces of tea costs, and we're trying to figure out how much tea I can get for $7.20. So the first thing we need to do is find the constant of proportionality. So remember, to find the constant of proportionality, we just use what we want divided by where we start. And our last example was pretty easy because it was whole numbers, right? So we're still going to ask ourselves, what is the number that what we want? Now, typically in a table, the what we want is going to be on the right-hand side. It's the ending value. It's that thing that we say, if I know how much tea I have, how much is it going to cost me? Okay? So the what we want in this case is $4.80, and the where we started is going to be 16 ounces. Okay? So when I look at $4.80 divided by 16, because remember, to find that constant of proportionality, all I do is I do $4.80 divided by 16. I'm basically finding a unit rate here. I'm basically making 16.1. That's kind of the whole point. When I do $4.80 divided by 16, I actually get 0.03, or 0.3, excuse me. And so really, if we do this in money, we know that's about 30 cents. So if we wanted to, we could write down here 1 ounce of tea is 30 cents, okay? Because we figured that out. Now that we know our constant of proportionality, here's our constant of proportionality. You could abbreviate it COP. That means, well, what that means is that when I multiply across here, that this is going to be times 0.3. Okay, and so I know that if I multiply by 0.3, all I have to do is do 20 times 0.3. And when I do that in my calculator, I find that let's see, 20 is what I wanted, 20 is where I start. What I want was 6, and it comes out just plain 6, so I'm going to put 600 because it's a cost, so it's $6. Now I have to ask myself, how do I go the other way, right? How do I go this way? And we know that we do the reciprocal. So there's a couple ways to think about this. We could talk about, well, this is actually 3/10. So to go the other way, I multiply by 10/3. We multiply by the reciprocal, and that's totally fine. That would get us there. We could also just divide to go backwards. Those are the other option for us. I don't like to say divide because when we do a constant of proportionality, we always have to talk about what we multiplied by. But since we're using a calculator, we can divide, and we realize that 720 divided by 0.3 is going to give us 24 ounces, and so that tells us how much there is. So lots of ways to find the constant of proportionality, but remember, any of these numbers, if I picked them, if I did 6 divided by 20, I should get 0.3. If I get 7.2 divided by 24, I should also get 0.3.